Alright, I don't want to say that we've been pumping and dumping in terms of the Batman clips, but we've kind of been pumping and dumping, but that's partially because Warner Brothers have been double pumping and double dumping themselves.
They have been. When
They've been DPing shenanigans, you know?
I think we should rephrase. Now would be a good time to rephrase.
I'm gonna go with it. I'm Batman.
Vengeance.
Hey, NarendraTheComic again!
Sensei.
Yes, so right now we're going to be reacting to another Batman clip. It's just what we do here. The last couple of weeks, heavy on the Batman. But once the film comes out, there's going to be no more of this stuff and the hype is going to die down. People aren't going to be caring as much. But the prequel comic, I got it coming.
Ooh.
Hopefully, I'll get it before the film comes out. Because if we receive it afterwards, it's a bit stupid. It's a bit redundant.
Well, maybe not. If you look at Star Wars with the originals and the prequels,
yeah,
the prequels weren't redundant. The story was made so that they weren't redundant.
They're required reading or watching. The sequels, not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much. But this clip here is called The Batman is Electrocuted. So I'm assuming his introduction into becoming the Batman, year 1, year 2 Batman, hasn't exactly gone that well. He's been learning on the job. Basically, he's taken an internship with Gotham. The city,
yeah,
and he's steadily been improving, but he's not where he needs to be yet.
Yeah, he's not getting to that level of being like, oh, he is the real deal.
Right, he's still getting there. He's not the icon yet.
But that means that we get to watch the building of an icon,
exactly, right? We get to see Batman Begins all over again.
Yeah.
I don't actually think so. I think this is going to be starkly different from Batman Begins, even though for me it's my favourite Batman film of all time. Obviously, people will argue The Dark Knight, Batman 1989, classics in their own right, but for me, I don't know why Batman Begins just has this real intrinsic value to it for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've watched it like 62 times.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot. It was one of the fake DVDs we had back in the day.
Oh, don't admit to that online.
We had no money, alright? It was what it was. There was the guy at the boot sale selling the DVDs.
Classic.
And we'd say, we'll have that. We'll take one of those. And the box was actually alright as well. It didn't look super fake, even though it was definitely fake.
I think I have some vague memory of
Yeah, it was one of those thin boxes. It didn't come in like a plastic sheet.
Oh, the classic
back in the day.
sheet, yeah.
You know, with certain ethnicities, they have a stereotype of selling DVDs on the side. In this case, I don't think it was. Anyway, let's get to this teaser, TV clip. Batman getting electric shocked. Electric shock therapy, you know, it's coming back. Well, it's not, but here it clearly is. Let's get to it. Let's go.
The first time I put on this batsuit, there's so much more maneuverability. You could actually jump around, you could crash into stuff.
Oh!
The suit does not make him invincible. It's just a few panels of bulletproof armor, and the rest of it is how much Bruce believes in it and how much his adversaries are scared of it. I like the handmade nature of everything. You can see the construction. There's an element of showing how do-it-yourself his version of Batman is.
His tactical knife is actually stored as part of his chest plate.
Oh, that is
his
clever.
Bat logo.
Oh, you
And
know
that
what?
is so smart.
Oh, that's really cool.
He just kind of buffeted his wingsuit.
Even the Batmobile looks like something he's built himself in his basement. Obviously, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a really, really cool featurette. It wasn't really a teaser. It was like a behind-the-scenes look. It was a little bit of footage. But the Batarang actually being his logo.
That is when like utility meets fashion.
Yeah.
And it meets so perfectly. I can imagine the costume designers for this film had an absolute blast. Producing everything, deciding, oh, well, we could use it like this, or maybe we could use it like this, or, oh, there are so many options. The prop master must have had a whale of a time. This do-it-yourself Batman? Stop!
Oh, wait, I can actually just go into my workshop and just mess about for 6 months?
I guess he's very smart. I mean, normally he's like a genius level IQ. I guess that's his version of the Batcave. It's where he does all his inventions. Like a mad genius?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be as smart as the Riddler in this, to be fair. I think they're going to place the Riddler as someone who is always a step or 2 or 3 ahead of him. The way I'm seeing this is the Batman is playing 4D chess, whereas the Riddler's playing 5D.
What is 5D?
Indy, I don't even know if 5D exists. This is the whole point.
I think 5D is when you're jumping between dimensions.
No, that's 3D chess, when you're jumping up and down. There's like multiple games of chess going on.
I mean like 3D is three-dimensional.
Yeah.
4D is when you're experiencing a secondary or tertiary experience on the third dimension.
Right.
And fifth dimension is when you're jumping between dimensions. Is it?
Hey, have you seen Interstellar? You're getting into some wacky stuff here. Christopher Nolan, I know, inherently entangled with the Batman, but Interstellar, it was a bit too much for me. It was a bit much. Tenet, I think, was probably better than Interstellar, but Tenet was also a bit too wacky. As in, it was clear, it wasn't really a shock to the system. You were watching it, understanding what was happening,
A lot of people didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, apparently so, but it was pretty clear if you just watched it and had the audio up.
Yeah, audio right the way up.
We were probably the worst neighbours in the world that night.
Oh, yeah.
Because the gunshots, the background noise being so high, the bass.
Yeah.
2 a.m. watching that movie, I'm sure it wasn't a nice one for them. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But this clip, a lot of good stuff in there, a couple of new scenes. That scene of the Batman actually coming down to look at Penguin in his car after he'd knocked him over.
That was...
intimidating. That was intimidation.
That was demonic,
Yeah.
honestly. And when he jumped out of the fog,
to attack the tactical people, yeah.
That's enough. That's too much.
That's enough. That's too
enough.
much.
Honestly, these are the shots that you're going to remember because they're going to take everyone by such surprise and they're going to end up becoming iconic in their own right.
Oh, there are going to be so many memes. I can see another meme though, one of them being the fact that he's got all this tactical wear on, the bulletproof suit and certain stuff on his armor that makes sense. But because it's Batman, he has this gaping hole on his face.
The jawline.
Which is his jawline, which someone said, well, you know, you're going to recognize him from that jawline, aren't you?
You really
but
should.
But also the fact that it's a weak spot on his head because he doesn't have any armor on his mouth. So maybe it's actually a better idea for this type of Batman to actually have a full face mask.
Full cowl.
As opposed to a half mask.
I feel like they're never going to do
They're
that,
never
though.
going to do it, but I'm thinking it
They might
probably
have
would make more sense.
They might have a click-in that comes in and out.
It's a good idea. Or you could use it as a weapon itself, you know?
Perhaps. That does sound pretty sick.
That sounds like the prop master would, again, have a field day with that. Surprising that they're giving stuff without us feeling like it's too much. Because they're showing new shots here and there, but they're not delivering too many goods.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, we know you want this. We know you do. We're going to give you something, but we're not going to give you everything. And that is definitely the best way to do it. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tell the channel down there if you didn't. Batman himself gonna come after you. You don't want that. Do they want that?
No!
You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been Nonsensei.
She's been Nonsensei. You have been Grant. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content. Because we're hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the bakwas. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. And we also bring that. Bring a lot. Bring a little. Do a lot. Do a little. But we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.